everybody. It's the Your Mouth of Poker Show, and I'm your host, PokerGob. We're here live. Yeah, this is the Your Mouth of Poker Show. You'll see us every single Sunday at 10 p.m. British summertime, which is BST. You see that little, oh yeah, that right there, that's the clock. Yeah, that's a new addition.
Above my head.
And so is the little logo here. The Your Mouth of Poker Show is live every single Sunday at 10 p.m. British summertime. So you may have noticed that we're both wearing these cool shirts. We'll talk about these a little later on. You want to know what these are all about, you can visit the website, which is on our site. We're not going to tell you about it because you should know from last week and all the posts and everything. But
I'm so busy, yes, you should know.
So what's going on?
Yeah, we've had a very busy week as usual at the Your Mouth of Poker Show. We're working on the site, we're getting it looking pretty crisp and clean, and we're adding new things all the time. As you know, last week we had the new forum up and ready, so as long as people been clamoring to get it done, and now they're kicking down the doors trying to get posts ready. So we're just waiting for the posts to come. We know you guys have millions of them out there. We know you guys are just itching to ask all those questions, tell all those stories, good ones and bad, about your poker life. Right. We're looking forward to it.
We certainly are.
Yeah, so I'm going to start by talking a little bit about sit and goes. And the reason why we're going to start there is because we have in the past been involved in playing sit and goes, and you especially have conducted a very intensive shall we call it research, or shall we call it actually trying to win playing many sit and goes in a day. Yeah, and tell us more about what happened there. Well,
this is one of the things, and first and foremost, that everybody should know at PokerGob.com. All the people that are watching, thanks for coming. Susie's bad.
Yay, Susie's bad or back.
Bad
and back.
And back. But with all the things that go on, one of the things that everybody should know is that I'm a strategist. I'm a poker player and a strategist. I choose to play cash games, poker. That's what I choose to play, and it's my forte. However, sit and goes are part of a strategy. There is a strategy to beat them. They do differ from the cash games and tournament play. They're kind of like mini final tables and everything. And one of the things that I just wanted everybody to know is that I'm a strategist, okay? And my strategy for sit and goes is don't play them. Now, why is that?
I love it. Well, yeah, brilliant.
Why do I say I don't play sit and goes? Well, because I've always believed that they're a house game. And what I mean by a house game,
what do you mean by that? Yeah,
is that you feed the rake and you have a small margin to win. Now, we have some sit and goes that we run, and they're fun to play, and you can win at them and you can make money at them, and that's important. But a sit and go,
sorry.
If you're playing, what happened?
Nothing. Go ahead.
You're sorry about something?
No, I'm not sorry. Okay. Go on.
Okay, she's sorry, everybody. There's a keyboard and a monitor over here.
Well, I've got a wireless keyboard, so sometimes you get a little too far away from it. It doesn't like to work. So,
I see.
The little infrared.
Yeah, thing. we're about this far away from the.
Well, I got the keyboard on my lap. It doesn't like being on my lap either. He's very temperamental, my keyboard.
Yes, I see that. Anyway, back to the lab, okay?
Yes.
And you just got to be cognizant of of laughing in people's ear, because they might be getting a little.
Yeah, sorry about that, people out there.
Anyway, the sit and goes are, like I said, my strategy is not to play them. Why? Because I believe they're a house game. And what I mean by a house game is that there's small margins of winning, and you spend a lot of money to get a small return on your money. Now, we have a couple of people that asked me to talk about sit and goes. Well, Here's a sit and go. If you cash in, say, 78% of your sit and goes, or 50%, or 60%, you win more than half or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You have to.
Why not? That sounds like a good percentage to me.
Yeah. Well, you have to get an ROI, which is in a return on investment. That's what it's all about. Sit and goes, full stop, is all about ROI.
It's all about the ROI. Now, what does that stand for? That's
return on investment.
Right.
Now, let me ask you.
That clear to all of our listeners,
right.
In case they didn't know.
We talked about this, and what is a good return on investment for a low level sit and go like $5?
Yeah, we did look on a couple of sites, and we actually spoke to
No, we went to our site and saw it in the forum.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And we actually have a couple of other outside people that do run sit and goes as a business. They actually have people that play them, blah blah blah, and they chart all their earnings and all that stuff, good stuff. And yeah, they said if you're playing at, say for example, the minimum they had was 10+1, then your ROI would be somewhere in the range of 25%.
No, 20%.
20%. I'm sorry.
It was at 20%.
And then as you go up levels, it would drop.
Right.
Invariably. Right.
Right. So figure 20% for say a $5 or $10.
$10, yes.
Then maybe 18%, 17%, all the way down to like 7%
at the 200
for a $215 sit and go.
Right.
Okay. Now, for those of you that don't understand what that means,
yes,
it's sometimes you see it, but you don't necessarily put it into place. And I know this is pretty basic for some of you. So if it's basic,
then you don't need to listen.
You can just chill out and look at this.
Oh yeah.
While we talk. But all right, here's the deal: the sit and goes at $5 if you're playing it, and you're supposed to get about a 20% return.
Yes.
That means that for every sit and go you play, you win $1.
Uno bucko.
So if you play 8 sit and goes in a day, you stand to win $8 by the end of the day.
No, $8. Yeah.
$8 on a 20% return on investment.
Doesn't sound like a lot, does it?
It doesn't sound like a lot,
no,
does it?
No, it doesn't get you very far, does it? $8.
So
Surely.
I say, let's talk about a sample rate. If you come back and say, oh, we got to play 500 sit and goes. Well, that sounds like a lot. No, it's not.
Right.
You should, if you're going to make sit and goes your way of earning money, then you must play as many sit and goes as you possibly can in a day and play volume. So like I just said, the cold hard facts are a 20% return is $1 on a $5 sit and go.
Now, how long does it normally think you take? Anywhere between 15 minutes to half an hour?
It takes you an hour per sit and go.
You think
you're
it's
gonna
that
play
long?
Them right.
Really?
Yeah, because you got
at the low levels. You really think it's an hour?
Because you got to
that
play.
long?
Yeah, I think it is. I think
$1
it can
an hour. Wow, that's really not a lot, is it?
Or 45 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was more like half an hour, but yeah, I know sometimes it goes longer than that.
All right, well, okay, let's call it 30 minutes.
Yeah,
so that means you win.
Give it the best.
So you play 2 sit and goes an hour.
Yeah, you win $2. Yeah.
You win $2. So you have to play like 10 sit and goes an hour. You have to play like.
So you
so
the way you do it is
so you multi-table.
You do 30. Right, okay. Yes, the guy was our sit and go specialist was telling us that they play roughly 30 a day sometimes, as much as 30.
30 to some of his good players play 30 or 60 a day. So
right, because they're playing 4 at a time, so 5 at a time, whatever. Yeah.
Right. So this is complete madness.
It
to
is
sit
madness.
there and try and now the person was saying, and this is somebody that we like, and they say, all right, well, I want to play 8 sit and goes a day, and I win like $70. Okay, well then you just told me that you want to win a 200% return on your investment.
Right, if you're only going to play.
And a good player wins 20%. So God wins 200%.
You never know; they could be God.
Right. So if you're not God, you're not winning 200%.
Right.
Okay, you're winning probably 20 or 25%. Now, the sit and go specialist, and you can check him out. His name is Daniel Reeves. We'll probably bring him a banner and everything on our site.
Right.
Real nice guy. He said that, and if you're playing at 20 or 25%, you're probably playing like well beyond your means. It just means that you're trending upwards. You're on an upswing. What did you say? You said you're on a upward part of the pendulum.
Right, exactly. Yeah. If you think of it, anything like in poker, especially, there's troughs. It's a chart, and basically you can at some points you're at the bottom end of a trough, and sometimes you're at the top end.
Right.
And eventually, over the course of, I don't know, say for example, if you're charting your bankroll, the course of a month, that trough will be like this, but it will be going in an upwards direction, and at the end you could be at $20 up at the end of the month, but you could have been at some point you could have been down 5, and then you're up 30, and then you're up 50, and then you're at 40. So by the time you chart it to the end of the month, you should be at a certain level. So
20% ROI, and you're looking at only ROI, nothing else.
Exactly, and that's that. Like you said, that is from what we've researched as well on our own. That is the crux when it comes to sit and goes. It is that that number is the most important number, is the ROI. It's not necessarily how many you cash in. It's not necessarily basically it is a number, and that ROI can only really be affected, like you said, by increasing the number of sit and goes you play in. And usually what happens is you'll find it'll go downwards.
Right. So we're here at the Your Mouth of Poker show. We're live every single week. This is something that we enjoy doing. We want to give a little shout out to XXJD66XX, also known as John Decker on Facebook.
On Facebook, yes.
And then we want to give a shout out to Schwag, of course. And we also want to give a shout out to Rich Mooney from the PPA, who came on last week. We enjoyed having him. And Susie is Bad, Vintage Slips, Wise Capra, the whole crew, the whole contingency. Poker Villa Diego in the building, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even though he doesn't watch us anymore, he's
always there in spirit.
But he's the red-headed stepchild. He'll come back home. He'll come back into the fold eventually.
Well, he hasn't been playing much poker
I know he
because
hasn't.
he's been working a lot. So but I saw the other day he's coming back.
I know he is. I saw he did bust out. Unfortunately, in the tournament, looks like Kings got cracked.
You can't remember. Wait,
he came up against aces, and that was pretty nasty. But yeah.
Let's not forget Nasal Drip.
Nasal Drip. Yes, he's still around.
Yes.
Up there in the Great White North.
So we got about 4 minutes left before the break.
I did want to say, because obviously it is September 11th, and we don't necessarily want to go into the whole details, but as you know, my partner in crime is American, of course, and I lived in America for 20 years, a very long time, and lived in New York for probably 15 of those 20, and was there obviously at the time of September 11th and the World Trade Center towers being hit. So we just wanted to say that on the air, that obviously we recognize that today, and we've celebrated, or whatever you want to say, commemorated, that's the word I'm thinking of actually, this day in our own way. And so, part of it is getting on with your life and still doing what you would normally do.
Right.
And even though it is September 11th, we're doing what we normally would do, because that's what life's all about. And the terrorists want you to be scared and to not leave your house ever again. So
interesting.
This is the way of showing that.
Make bluff.
No. It's perfect. Keep going.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Oh, you're attached, aren't you?
Hold on, take that out. Wait, let's see. Make bluff, not war.
There we go. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
make bluff, not
perfect.
War. All right, so
yes.
No, but that's true. Thanks for bringing that up with September 11th. This is important, and just a few friends of mine that passed away, and I remember them.
Yes.
So, wow, and thanks for everybody watching the show. We got Nasal Drip in the building. We got John Decker in the building. We got a bunch of people watching, and if you're new to the site and new friends of the site, we like you just as much as we like everybody else. So
definitely.
Thanks for coming, and we're going to go to break, and we'll be back right after this. I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Your Mouth of Poker show. You can see us at 10 o'clock on British summertime, 5 o'clock Eastern, which is also 2 p.m. in Las Vegas. We'll see you, all right? We'll be right back after this break. Thanks for saying that, PokerGob. And peace. We'll be right back.
Be right back, people.
PokerGob.com. PokerGob.com.
Hello and welcome to 50 Seconds with the Poker Psyche. This time around we're talking about impatience. In order to play the best poker we possibly can, we need to exercise a certain amount of patience. That means either waiting for cards or waiting